Ladies and gentlemen, gather round because today we're talking about Chicago's very own Mayor, Brandon Johnson. Apparently left his patients at the same bus stop where he left Chicago's safety. Yep, the man had a full-on meltdown at reporters when they asked him about brace yourself, sky-high crime, because apparently asking about crime in Chicago is offensive now. Who knew? So picture this, reporters doing their job, asking simple questions like, hey, Mayor, why are people afraid to walk down Michigan Avenue without Kevlar? Seems fair, right? But Brandon Johnson, oh no, he turned into the Incredible Hulk of sensitivity. Instead of answers, he gave reporters volume. That's right, the man started screaming like the sound of common sense burned his ears. Now, when most mayors get tough questions, they dodge, they spin, they throw out some fake stats. But Brandon Johnson, he went with plan B, full toddler tantrum. Imagine a kid in the grocery store screaming because mom won't buy the sugary cereal. That's basically what we got, except this kid runs Chicago. He shouted, he pointed, and somewhere in the middle of it, I swear I saw the ghost of Lori Lightfoot nodding like, yeah, that's my legacy, baby.
Question that has yet to be answered, because y'all keep running from it like I'm Marianne Ahern, is what do you, the Illinois Attorney General, and the governor have to offer in lieu of sending in the National Guard, the 101st Airborne, or what have you, to make Chicagoans feel safe in their communities in real time, outside of reported statistics and so on?
I think I understand your question. Okay, let me just start with this. How about this? In 1974, there were 970 murders. Okay, 1995, there were 828 murders. 2016, 778 murders. 2021, 805 murders. This has been a problem in this city for a very long time. Now, my deputy mayor, Gatewood, this is the topic and the work every single day to drive violence down in the city of Chicago. So when you talk about what we're offering a better pathway so that we don't have 970 people murdered in our city every single year. Now, one is one too many, but you're not going to convince me that the people of Chicago only deserve law enforcement. I get so sick and tired of people believing that the only thing that black and brown and poor people get to get in this city are badges. People want jobs. It's why we've increased the ability for young people to have jobs in this city. People want health care and behavioral and mental health care. That's what they ask me. That's why we've expanded it. People want to be able to afford to live in this city. That's why I'm building more affordable units. People want justice if they do get wrapped up into this spiral of despair in this city. It's why we're actually solving cases, whether it's CVI workers, making sure that we're avoiding retaliation in this city. I get so sick and tired of people in this country and in this city that believes that the only thing that you can offer black people and poor people is jails, incarceration, and police officers. Dr. King said this right here in Chicago, the National Conference on New Politics. What did he say? He said, militarism is a sickness. I am trying to eradicate the sickness from this city and from this country.
But here's the best part. Reporters weren't asking about potholes. They weren't asking about trash pickup schedules. No, this was about crime. You know, the thing Chicago is internationally famous for. That's like asking New Orleans about jazz, or New York about pizza, or Florida about, well, Florida, you just can't avoid it. And instead of giving answers, Brandon Johnson acted like somebody just asked him if he personally robbed the 7-Eleven. Like, bro, calm down. It's your job to talk about this. People are literally checking Zillow listings in Indiana because they're tired of ducking bullets every time they want to walk the dog. The reality is this: Chicago residents aren't making this stuff up. They're living it. They're locking their doors at red lights. Kids can't play outside without parents scanning the block like Secret Service. Asian and businesses are fleeing the city faster than Johnson flees accountability.
To offer, no, listen, Mark, I get to answer my question now. You've asked it.
Mark.
No, Mark, I'm answering my questions. Of course they are, but you're not going to be able to avoid that if we don't do the things that actually work. We are not split on this issue. The fact of the matter is, no one has asked me to send federal troops into this city to make it safe. It has never come up. It never came up during the campaign. It's never come up in the first 2 years. The fact of the matter is, we are driving violence down on this city, and we're using every single resource that's available to us. Jails and incarceration and law enforcement is a sickness that has not led to safe communities. I'm going to work hard every single day to protect the people who are caught up in violence in this city. Guess why? You want to know why? Because the vast majority of them look like me. This president has never asked a very simple question to me, Brandon Scott, Barbara Lee, Randall Woodfin. He doesn't talk to black mayors about what it's like to live in communities that have been disinvested in. So no, we're not going to succumb to the sickness and the evil that Dr. King warned us about a generation ago. It didn't work in 74 when 970 people were being killed. It didn't work in the 90s when no one said a mumbling word about how many people were losing their lives because of violence in this city. And now we're actually doing the work that's working. Now all of a sudden everybody has these ideas. They've shown this is a group project, but we're not going to allow the President of the United States of America or any of his ilk look at the work that we're doing across this country, and then now we're experiencing some level of reprieve, and now he wants to put his name on our paper. No, I'm not going to tolerate it. It's a sickness, and we're going to eradicate it.
But here's the kicker. He screams at reporters, not the criminals, not the gangs, not the repeat offenders, strolling out of court like it's a revolving door. Nah, he saves all his fire for the media. Like the real danger in Chicago is some lady with a microphone. You can't scream your way out of reality. Brandon, you can scream all you want, but guess what? That's not gonna stop those carjackings. That's not gonna stop businesses from packing up shop. And it sure isn't gonna stop residents from wondering if they should invest in bulletproof vests before a new couch. So here's the takeaway. Chicago crime is still sky high. The mayor's temper is even higher, and the only thing lower is his approval rating. At this point, Brandon Johnson should start a band called The Excuses, because that's all we ever hear. What do you think? Did Mayor Johnson show true leadership or just audition for the next episode of Real Housewives of Chicago? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Politically Animated, where the only thing we scream about is how crazy politics has gotten